Hello everybody, good day! Lalo na sa mga kapwa ko martial arts enthusiasts, specifically sa grappling disciplines, namely Jiu-Jitsu. Kung hindi nyo pa napapanood ang isa sa mga video sa YouTube, bagong video sa YouTube na interview ni John Danaher, sana panood nyo dahil mukhang isa ito sa maaaring susunod na sisikat sa pagdating sa mga locks at mga techniques. Heads up lang ho sa mga hindi pa nakapanood ng gusto ko lang pong i-share na sana mapanood nyo rin at nawa ngayon mapagtunan po natin ng pansin. Yun nga pong purpose ng video na to. Nais ko lang pong ipaalam sa inyo na meron siyang interview at mapanood nyo yun at post ko rin po yung link. May clips po na i-add ko rin po sa video na ito at naway mabigyan po kayo ng heads up dahil sigurado ho na isa nga po ito sa maaaring maging next na revolutionary techniques or moves sa grappling, specifically sa Jiu-Jitsu. Si John Danaher po ay siyang utak ng leg lock revolution sa Jiu-Jitsu. Alam naman po natin siguro lahat yun at alam naman po natin na sa ngayon ho ay parang common na ho ang leg locks na kung saan dati ay hindi daw ho ito nabibigyan ng pansin. At dito sa sinabi niya ho na punto, ang isa daw po na dapat na pagtunan po ngayon ng pansin ay yung magkaroon ng sariling standing techniques ang Jiu-Jitsu dahil ang common ho kasi ngayon ay humihiram ho ng techniques mula sa ibang grappling disiplina ang Jiu-Jitsu bago nito i-apply ang sarili niyang disiplina. Kumbaga para pagdating sa takedowns, humihiram siya ng wrestling techniques at ng judo techniques bago i-apply ang mga Jiu-Jitsu techniques pag nakatumba na yung kalaban o kaya nasa ground na. At sabi niya na next na revolutionary na techniques at moves ay ang pagkakaroon ng sariling standing techniques ng Jiu-Jitsu. So, hopefully, sana nga kung magpalabas siya o kaya naman meron sa inyo dyan ng share nyo naman. So, yun lang heads up po sa mga yun at maganda nga po yung punto na yun na maring mga ibang tao din po na nakapuna nun at maganda na pag-usapan nga ho ang punto na yun na nasabi ho ni John Danaher. So, God bless po sa ating lahat at God bless sa ating mga pag-ensayo. See you all in the next video. Love you all.
I think you'll probably agree with me that when you look at Jiu-Jitsu as a martial art, it always had tremendous strength in its primary focus, which is positional game on the ground. If you look at most Jiu-Jitsu athletes, they're all very, very strong in this. They all have excellent positional skills in both top and bottom position, a tremendous propensity to retain or pass guard, to work from various kinds of pins, etc., etc. However, there were always two very obvious and major weaknesses within the sport of Jiu-Jitsu. The first was the whole idea of leg locking. Jiu-Jitsu had tremendous upper body submissions, but was noticeably weaker in lower body submissions. And the second obvious weakness in Jiu-Jitsu was always the idea of standing position and takedowns. My career as a grappling coach has largely been brought up with the idea that we need to overcome these two fundamental problems of the sport. Something has to be done about this. I believe we've done a very good job with leg locks and lower body submissions. If you look at the state of leg locking a decade ago, it was naive at best in Jiu-Jitsu. Whereas now, at this point in time in 2020, I would confidently assert that the skill level in leg locking and jiu-jitsu is higher than any other grappling sport, and continually getting better. If you look at modern competition in jiu-jitsu, the level of leg locking is extraordinarily high across the board. It's my own students, but across the board, everyone's gotten better at it. We've done a great job of forcing that evolution in the sport and removing one of jiu-jitsu's greatest weaknesses, and in a sense, making it one of jiu-jitsu's modern strengths. Okay, if you take most modern jiu-jitsu athletes now and let them grapple with another style of grappling, you'll see them do very, very well in the leg locking department across the board. So I've been very happy with this, but I do believe we have to focus now on a new challenge, which is jiu-jitsu must develop its own autonomous approach to standing position and takedowns. This will remove the second great weakness of jiu-jitsu. This has to be one of the major concerns of all jiu-jitsu coaches over the next 10 years. We did it with leg locks. I confidently believe we can do the same thing with standing position.
So do you think it's something that has to be done differently?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
I do. I believe the greatest mistake that has been made in jiu-jitsu training with regards to standing position and takedown has been that jiu-jitsu coaches and athletes have looked at other grappling styles that do have a strong emphasis in standing position and takedowns and used a very naive approach of just copy and pasting techniques from those martial arts and hoping they will work in a jiu-jitsu context. You have to understand that the rules and desiderata of jiu-jitsu standing position is radically different from other grappling styles. Let's say, for example, you went to a wrestling school to learn takedowns for jiu-jitsu. The first thing you're going to notice is that if you try to apply wrestling grip fighting in a gi context for competition jiu-jitsu with a gi, all the hand fighting is completely different based on whether it's no gi or gi. So wrestling has excellent lower body takedowns, but completely inappropriate grip fighting for gi jiu-jitsu competition. Then if you go to judo and say, well, they wear a kimono just like we do, so that's kind of solved the grip fighting problem. Then you look at the rules and regulations of judo and find that they're radically different from jiu-jitsu. The whole nature of what constitutes a successful throw in judo is completely different from jiu-jitsu. In judo, the intent is to throw your opponent with momentum and force onto his back. The greater the amplitude of the throw, the more reward you're given. In jiu-jitsu, the smallest throw scores the same points as the biggest throw. In judo, once the throw is completed, the match is over. In jiu-jitsu, it's just begun. There's such massive differences between the rule sets and what the athletes are trying to accomplish between jiu-jitsu.